Hey guys, welcome back to another Python lesson. In this lesson, we're going to be speaking about outputting and inputting to the terminal. So what is outputting? Like how do we output something to the terminal? Well, we have been doing this since the beginning of this course. And the way to output to the terminal is to just simply use the print function. And we can simply just print hello world. And what this does is it just simply outputs content or data to the terminal. So if we save and run this, we get hello world. And of course, it's nothing new. We've been doing this. Now, what is inputting to the terminal? What does that even mean? Well, inputting is when we have a program and we're letting the user input data into our program. Before we even start, let's just print enter your name. And now we want the user to enter their name. Now, how are we going to achieve this? Well, we're going to achieve this by using the input function. And what this does, it receives the input from the user into our program. So actually, we can now use enter your name here, and we do not need this print function anymore. So we can actually comment this out by using the hashtag right here. And a comment is code that can never be run. So right here, we can see that this print enter your name will never be run, and none of this stuff will ever be run either. And now we have our input right here. So if we save and run this, now it says enter your name and we can put whatever we want. But now we want to go store the data from the user into a variable. And of course we can do this like how we always create our variables, and we're just going to call this name. And then we can do this, and now whatever the user inputs into our program, we're going to receive it into our name variable right here. And of course now we could just print name to the terminal. So now we're outputting, and if we run this, we can put in our name, and then that's exactly what we get right here. So that is how you input and output to the terminal. But now let's take this a couple steps further. So now let's say enter your age. So now we're going to enter our age. Now we can perform operations on the data that we receive. So let's say that I want to go add 5 to whatever age we are. So if we enter 15, then we're going to add 20 to our name. So if we save and run this, let's see what we get. So it says enter your age, and I'm going to add 15. Let's see what happens. And we get an error, and it's saying can only concatenate string, not int to string. So what's happening is all the data that we get from this input function is a string, and then we're adding a number to our string, which is technically just text. And of course, text and numbers don't go together. So how can we solve this problem and add 5 to a variable that is a string or a piece of text? Well, we can do that by turning all of this into an int. So of course, if you add anything else, so let's say you put a letter in here, this is going to give you an error. But for demonstration purposes, we're not going to put any letters or any special characters in here, only numbers. So this int class is going to turn anything that we put into our program into a number or an integer. And now we have the ability to add 5 to that. So now if we save, run this, and clear, now we can enter our age, and we're going to add 15, and then we should get 20. And that's exactly what we get. And the reason we get that is because we enter 15, but then we add 5 to it. And that's how we get 20. Now you know how to input and output to the terminal, and in the next lesson we're going to dive deeper into strings and learn about string concatenation. So that's it for this lesson, and I'll catch you in the next one.